Awesome. I'm asking this to everybody. If I put you at the plate right now and you get 10 fastballs, 80 miles per hour, how many line drives do you hit?
3 and 7 rollovers to third.
No way. You were unbelievable at the end of your career.
If I played right now, I would go 3 for 4 and then 2 for 50. That's how that would work.
Okay, we're asking everybody 5 standard ones. How many times have you watched Game 6?
The whole game?
Yeah.
0.
What was that night's sleep like?
0.
What was the single most nervous moment for you?
Oh, probably first day being in Philly.
How often do you wear the ring?
I don't.
Ever.
I haven't put it on.
Do you feel in your heart you played in the greatest World Series game ever played? Jason Stark says it is.
It's up there. It's up there. I think there's a lot of games that every game touches people differently. So I think it's a hard, just like player, who's the best player ever. It's just hard to label that. But I mean, it's one of them for sure.
How often does it happen you're playing in a scramble and you have a hat on and then nobody knows who you are and then your name is mentioned and the reaction intense?
It's random. It happens every now and then. I haven't joined a club yet, so I just bounce around the public courses and stuff a lot. But it's cool, man. There's a lot of Ranger fans down there, and we have a good time with it. It's fun.
What was your reaction the day after the parade and Tony tells you guys in the weight room, I'm done?
I think we were all kind of spooked. It was emotional, I think. I think we're all exhausted, grateful and thankful for what just went down. But I don't know if Albert or Carp or any of those guys knew or had an idea, but we were all kind of shocked. But what a better way to go out. I know 10 years later he's managing again, but good for him, man. He 30 plus years probably, and his choice. So it was cool.
You ever look back and think how amazing your career was in that you actually stopped playing baseball when you were like 19 years old, and then it ends up like this?
Yeah, I don't get it. Why me kind of stuff. I think I just kept going. I've fallen down a little bit. But yeah, you just keep going. But I think about the timeline of how things played out in my life, and I've had an easy road, compared to a lot of people. But just some things have happened to where you question, like, how did I get back on the path, and this stuff ends up happening. It's crazy to think about. It's a weird feeling to accept all this stuff that's happening over my career, because a lot of times it shouldn't have, but just really cool to keep getting opportunities. There's a lot of people that had my back, gave me second and third chances, and man, you just try and be humble with it all and keep pushing.
So George Brett said in his .390 hitting season that the baseball looked like a beach ball. Did that postseason, did the ball just look bigger?
Yeah. Eventually through the Philly series, started kind of cleaning, because I had a really good September. And I think, just who I was facing early in Philly, they just got me. I wasn't frustrated with how I was hitting. It was just, I was like, Halladay, Lee, Hamels, like, you might go 0 for 7, 0 for 8, but I had a really good September, so I had confidence going into October. But then when I kind of turned it back on against Oswalt and entered the Brewers series after a couple days off and just kept it going, that's when it was kind of like, okay, this is different. And you have streaks, and I was never like an elite player where you go off for a month. It was more like a few games or a week. But that's how it felt, man. Everything was just slow. My focus was on point. Everything I was prepping for was right, how to attack the pitchers, and you find mistakes, you don't miss them.
And in the on-deck circle before the triple, your thought process was what?
Yeah, I was really focused on the timing of Freese's heater. I'd never faced him before. I was just mentally trying to time him up on deck, because I needed to be on that heater. I'm lucky that I saw one. I swung through it, but I'm lucky I saw it before I got the next one. I think that helped me kind of react and get to it. But on deck was wild. Bush is going crazy. You understand you're a hometown kid, and there's 2 outs. Walking up to the plate. it's wild walking up there.
Joe Montana had that famous moment where he told his teammates, "Hey, there's John Candy in the runway."
That's right. That's right.
Did you ever have any non-hardcore baseball moment during that World Series? Hey, that's so-and-so, or I can't believe this person's at the game, or...
That's funny. I don't know. That's just all a big blur. The crazy thing, I just have a different perspective with St. Louis because I just know so many people here that when I'm on deck, you just see people and that you maybe you grew up with or taught you in school.
Even before that at bat?
No, not during that at bat, but just in general. Yeah. I definitely, like in those situations, I try to not even pay attention to the fans. I'm just trying to figure out the pitcher.
Final thought: what famous person are you surprised they know who I am? Like, wait a minute, this person knows who David Freese is? That you've met eventually.
Mike Tyson hit me up on Twitter, DM'd me after. Yeah, it was wild. I talked to him a good bit for a little while. We never met. He hit me up with a long message and we chatted for a while.
What did he say?
Just congrats, and he knew my path a little bit. He dealt with his stuff. I don't know, it was wild. But having Iron Mike hit me up, that was crazy. It was cool.